What's good, y'all? It's your boy Santo G. Like always, spreading unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, I just wanted to take time out of my day and tap in with you guys, man. And I've been doing a little homework on watching this Ukraine stuff, and it's a couple topics that popped up that I felt like nobody's addressing, and I wanted to address. If you really look at it, since Biden has came into office, the Taliban took over Iraq. Now we got Russia trying to take over Ukraine. And to be honest, I just think Putin seen how the US, when the Taliban was taking over Iraq, he's seen how their government just put their weapons down and fled, just ran, you know what I mean? Taliban pretty much took over, you know what I mean? And I do acknowledge the US's take on it as far as one point of view, as far as we already lost too many soldiers to that war. We armed them. We showed them how to combat themselves. I mean, it's up to them if they can't fend for themselves. But I think going in there to begin with, you knew they couldn't fend for themselves, and you knew the Taliban was deep. You probably didn't see them, but you know that they were the type of people that live underground. You know what I mean? They live underground in their caves and all that shit. They're not out there to be seen or none of that shit, but they were there. All they were doing was just hiding and waiting for the right time to attack. When the US started to retreat and get all their soldiers away from Iraq, that's when they attacked. And I guess Putin just seen it like, okay, if they let the Taliban do this in Iraq, then if I invade Ukraine, they're not gonna do nothing. This person that they have in office right now is weak. And I understand as far as we already lost too many people for a war that's not even on our hometown, you know? Not even on our soil. But there was a bigger factor to that. You know, there was a bigger factor to that. But the problem is that they don't let the people know their agenda. You know what I'm saying? So of course, people just seeing their family get killed and all that, they're gonna fucking riot and protest that, you know? But they don't know that the bigger agenda is to show power. You know what I'm saying? By them retreating and doing that, they show weakness. And even now, even now, it seems like they're really tiptoeing around it, you know? They're just putting little sanction here, another sanction there. And they're just tiptoeing around it. They're scared to really be like, you know what, we're gonna close the air. You can't send no missiles, none of that shit. You know, you're gonna combat. You know what I mean? It's gonna be man to man on ground. You know what I'm saying? Because the war, as far as on land, they ain't gaining like they wanted to. What they've been doing damage lately is with their missiles. They've been just bombing, and without that, you at least give the Ukrainians a fighting chance. You know what I'm saying? But to be honest, I think they just scared of Russia. You know, they scared how Russia will react, and it's understandable. It's understandable, but at the same time, you gotta show strength. You know what I mean? You gotta show where your strength is. You know what I mean? You gotta put your foot down, and that's just my point of view. You guys, let me know what you think. But let me just take a second to just, my prayers go out to all the families affected by this situation and the Taliban situation because that just happened not so long ago too, you know. But the only difference is that the U.S. pretty much put their hands up, like, hey, you know what I mean? We armed you, we showed you how to combat. Now, if y'all can't fend for yourself, then pretty much what else can you do? So, but yeah, I was just watching this and it was really coming from the Republican Party that was saying all these things as far as Biden, as far as, ooh, I almost forgot another important one. What you know about the pipeline that he has going from Russia to Europe? He had a pipeline that goes through Ukraine so he could supply all of Europe with his gas. He started building another pipeline that went around Ukraine into Europe. And Trump had put a stop to that pipeline. As soon as Biden came into office, Biden gave the okay for Putin to continue his fucking his to continue the other pipeline. You know what I mean? So all this, like they said, all this Putin has been planning for years. And when Trump went into office, he stopped that. So for 4 years, his little fucking agenda to invade Ukraine was put on a hold. Soon as Biden comes into office, he lifts the holds, he lifts the sanctions that they had put on him as far as building that pipeline. And now he has that pipeline that doesn't go through Ukraine. So it's not gonna fuck with his business whether he bombs wherever the fuck he bombs. It's not gonna fuck up his pipeline because he has the backup. That's not what they're not. See that stuff right there that not everybody's gonna tell you and not everybody's gonna talk about. So let's get to the real subject at hand. It was this war that's going on right now. They could have stopped it, man. It was prevented, but they chose not to. And like they said, not once have you heard any of these people talking about we're gonna win. The Ukrainians, of course, because they gotta hold on to that fucking thread of hope. You know what I'm saying? But not once have you heard the US say, okay, how are we gonna win this war on Putin? Not once. They're just trying to make it look good, like if they're doing stuff. But not once have they said we're gonna win this war and we're gonna get Putin. You know what I mean? The only way we're gonna win this war, I think, is if they just get Putin. You know what I mean? Either get at one of his other people and tell them, look, this is what we're gonna do. This fool's getting out of control. Take him out and you take control. Or whatever the fuck they do. But something's gotta give, man. I'm gonna do more research on this stuff and get back to you. It's only gonna get worse from here, my point of view. You know what I mean? Let me know what y'all think. Like always, raw, real, unity, prosperity, respect, man. Above all.